When inspection of a sealed block self-retracting Lifeline or SRL shows that the Lifeline needs to be replaced, you can use the DBI SALA Fastline Cable Replacement Kit. The quick and easy installation process for the new Fastline is outlined in the included service manual. The time required for the installation of the new Lifeline will vary depending on the length of the cable. The replacement process for a 50-foot or 15-meter Fastline cable should take approximately 10 minutes. Before you start, verify that all parts are included with a Fastline cable replacement kit. Make sure all required tools are on hand and don gloves and safety glasses. Push the plastic cable guide bushing at the bottom of the SRL in about 1/4 inch. Turn 180 degrees either clockwise or counterclockwise. Pull the inner part of the bushing completely out of the SRL housing. Remove the plastic cap on the back cover with a flat blade screwdriver. Remove the plastic cap at the top of the SRL near the pivoting anchorage loop. Using a 1/8 inch hex key wrench or appropriate tool, remove the set screw on the front of the SRL. With a gloved hand, pull the entire Lifeline out of the SRL housing, including the Lifeline reserve. Please note, there is significant tension on the Lifeline. Maintain Lifeline control at all times. Do not release the Lifeline until the drum locking tool is in place, as shown in the following steps. When pulling the Lifeline out, the SRL can be secured to a workbench or other object to keep it in place. The beginning of the Lifeline reserve is identified by the metal marker on the Lifeline. The Lifeline reserve length is approximately 18 inches or 46 centimeters from the metal marker to the end of the Lifeline. While holding the Lifeline firmly, insert the drum locking tool into the hole where the set screw is removed. Pull on the cable until the drum locking tool falls into place. This aligns the drum locking tool with a hole in the internal drum. When correctly inserted, the locking tool can be threaded into the SRL housing. The drum locking tool must line up with a hole in the drum so that when the Lifeline is released, the drum will not turn. Turn the drum locking tool into the housing until the tool contacts the drum cover approximately 4 turns of the drum locking tool. Rotate unit to access set screw and back cover. With a 1/8 inch hex key wrench, turn the set screw clockwise all the way in. Approximately 17 rotations will be needed. Initially, the set screw will turn with little resistance. Stop turning the set screw when resistance becomes noticeably greater. Over-tightening the set screw will damage the threads in the housing. Push the Lifeline out of the top of the SRL. Using a 9/16 inch wrench or socket and a 3/8 inch wrench, move the lock nut from the end of the cable stud. After the lock nut is removed, pull all of the Lifeline through the bottom of the housing and entirely out of the SRL. Lay the new Lifeline cable on the floor. If there is space, it is beneficial to fully extend the cable out on the floor to help keep it from getting tangled during installation. Using the 9/16 and 3/8 inch wrenches, remove the lock nut from the new Fastline cable. Push the cable stud end of the new Lifeline assembly through the bottom of the SRL bushing and out of the top hole. Some alignment of the Lifeline may be required to allow the Lifeline to push through the SRL. Ensure the Lifeline passes through the center of the drum instead of around the drum. Install the lock nut onto the cable stud with the 9/16 inch and 3/8 inch wrenches. Tighten the lock nut firmly. Pull back on the Lifeline to allow the lock nut on the Lifeline end to fully seat into the internal cable drum. It is important to look into the hole at top of the SRL, or look into the set screw hole on the back of the SRL to confirm that the nut is fully seated. Once the Lifeline is fully seated, return to the back cover. With a 1/8 inch Allen wrench, turn the set screw counterclockwise all the way out until it stops. Initially, the set screw will turn with little resistance. Stop turning the set screw when resistance becomes noticeably greater. Over-tightening the set screw will damage the threads in the housing. The set screw should be hand-tightened snugly. While securing the lifeline with gloved hand, remove the drum locking tool from the front side of the housing. The lifeline will begin to retract into the SRL when the drum locking tool is removed. Make sure lifeline is controlled as it retracts into SRL housing. Lifeline should retract fully into housing. Reinstall the lifeline bushing. Align the pin with a slot and push in and rotate 180 degrees. The bushing will pop back out approximately 1/4 inch or 6.35 millimeters when properly installed. Install the plastic caps on the top and back of the SRL. Push in place until fully seated. Install the set screw or appropriate plug on the front side of the SRL with a 1/8 inch hex key wrench. Hand tighten snugly. Upon completion of the Fastline lifeline replacement, the SRL should be inspected prior to use. Refer to the inspection section in the SRL user instruction manual or contact DBI SALA. Then record the SRL serial number, SRL model number, lifeline replacement date, and lifeline lot number in the lifeline replacement log on the back cover of the service manual.